Okay, we are live again and we are looking at CEI stock, Kamba Energy Inc. It's down 5.51%, a loss of 0.07% in this session of the 15th of October 2021, pre-market session as a matter of fact of 15th of October. That's what's going on right now. We know that Kamba Energy has been losing value for some time now, but it's still one of the most active stocks out there for some weeks now. It's been one of the most active. So if you just joined us, thank you very much. And the volume for that session of the 14th was 120.966 million. The average we know for CEI is about 445 million shares per day during the last 10 trading sessions. So let's look at other stocks we hope to cover in this session. Spce, Virgin Atlantic is down 16.21%, but it's definitely one of the active stocks out there right now. So let's quickly have a look at Bbig. Bbig is equal down 2.63%. Let's look at the 1-minute model for Bbig. You can see what's going on. This is the pre-market figures. This is the pre-market picture for Bbig. It's down below all of its moving averages right now, and getting some challenge from that 200-day moving average. Let's see whether we can see what's going on elsewhere as well with JBI. JBI is unchanged in this pre-market session. So next one is SNOA. Sonoma Pharmaceuticals up 31.14%, strongly bullish at the moment, trading above all of its moving averages, has gained 30.81%. I think there's a news out there as it concerns SNOA. Let's find out what the news is. Okay, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals, Nanosign disinfectant gets Australian extended claims approval. Okay, from Sonoma Pharmaceuticals and Microsafe Group announced that Nanosign disinfectant and sanitizer has been approved by the Australian TGA with a 15-second SARS-CoV-2 kill time. Okay, that's some real positive there. Let's see what the detail of that is saying. Okay, Sonoma Pharmaceuticals and Microsafe said Friday, the 15th of October, the Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration approved the extended claims for the Nanosign disinfectant and sanitizer. Sonoma said it uses its Microsign technology to manufacture the disinfectant for Microsafe. Nanosign originally received TGA approval in 2020 for use against the 2019 coronavirus and has a 15-second kill time against common viruses including SARS-CoV-2, norovirus and influenza. Sonoma said it also has a 30-second kill time against common bacteria such as Staphylococcus or Rheus, E. coli and Pseudomonas aeruginosa fungi mold, the company indicated. So that's some positive for SNOA. That is why we have this move we are looking at right now for Sonoma. It's up 33.16 and extending. So let's quickly have a look at MARA. Marathon Digital. Marathon is up 4.02%. Do we have any news concerning Marathon? Let's quickly dive in and see. Marathon Digital Holdings. Let's see whether there's any news out there. Okay, D.A. Davidson starts Marathon Digital Holdings at buy with a $65 price target. So that's what we are seeing right now. As they need there are a couple of probably upgrades, I believe. Quite a handy number of them. Okay, today alone it has. Okay, let's see what they're saying here. Okay, this is just research roundup. Okay, let's see whether the stock is in the news here. Okay, shares of cryptocurrency and blockchain related firms: Coinbase Global, Chinese-based SOS MicroStrategy Inc., Riot Blockchain, Marathon Digital added 2.3% and 3.9% as Bitcoin hit 60,000 for the first time since April. So, okay, so let's we also we had the SOS there. We can equally have a look there and see. So Marathon is up 4.8%. So let's see what SOS is doing. SOS is up 2.83%. So the market is opening in about an hour or thereabouts, less than an hour. So let's look at Riot. Is also another Bitcoin mining stock. Riot is also up 4.67%. So Riot is overbought at the moment in this pre-market session, based on what the 1 minute right now currently as things stand right now. Riot is currently oversold. You can see the D line of this 14 period stochastic oscillator is at 88.89. It's definitely right inside the overbought territory. So let's look at HUT. Hot 8 mining up 5.11%, but it's not overbought right now. It's probably oversold. I think it's probably oversold at the moment. So let's look at CEI again and see what's going on there. CEI is still down 5.51%. Okay, let's look at SPCE. We're gonna find out why it's down by 16.5%. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, we have 2 likes. Thank you very much if you just joined us. If you have any stock you want us to have a look at, just leave it down there for us to have a look. Virgin Galactic down 16%. Let's see what's behind this, if there's any news. Okay, the company delays commercial space flight service, shares fall. Okay, that is probably what's behind this. Yes, it presents a good buying opportunity for market participants. It said Thursday that it's postponing its commercial space flights to Q4 of next year to make way for enhancements of the VMS Eve and VSS Unity space planes. A recent laboratory laboratory-based test identified a possible reduction in the strength margins of certain materials used to modify specific joints, which prompted physical inspection. After completing the enhancement program, the space exploration company will conduct a vehicle testing program for VMS Eve and VSS Unity, followed by the research test flights with the Italian Air Force. The re-sequencing of their enhancement period and the Unity 23 flight underscores their safety first procedures, provides the most efficient path to commercial service, and it's the right approach for their business and their customers. They said the CEO Michael Colglazier. Okay, so that's why this is going. So they have some integrity problems as it concerns some of the materials used in the joint of the spacecrafts. So that's a fundamental issue that is affecting the stock right now. So it's down 16.29%. So let's look at BBIG. BBIG is down 1.44%. Okay, next one is JBI. Janus International is unchanged at the moment. Sonoma, we all know, you may have heard that it's one of these disinfectants was approved in Australia. It has a very, very high kill time of any virus, even COVID-19, name it. It's highly potent highly potent disinfectant, and it was recently approved by the Australian administration. So that's what is behind this move on Sonoma. It's up 30.81% in this pre-market session of the 15th of October 2021. So let's quickly have a look at Mara. We're now looking at some of the Bitcoin mining stocks. Most of them are up. Marathon is up 4.36%. 4.36%, and then SOS is up 2.83%. Trading, this is based on what's going on live right now. It is trading, okay, it's just trading below all of its short and intermediate moving averages, but ahead or above its 200-day moving average. So let's look at Riot. Riot is up to 4.75% as well. It's indeed it's indeed a block. Indeed a Bitcoin mining stock. HUT is another one. It's up 5.21%. I think so far, let's see which is the most overbought at the moment. I think it's a Marathon. It's the most overbought at the moment. So let's see, we can indeed have a look at other stocks that we have not mentioned here, that is not on our title, or we didn't intend to have a look at. So let's look at TATT, TAT Technologies. Okay, it's unchanged in this pre-market session. Let's have a look at the daily model and see what's going on there with TATT. Okay, the stock has started to move up sometime in early October, sometime last week. You know, it broke away. Okay, well, I would say actually sometime in September, mid September, it started to extend, broke through all the resistances from all of its moving averages, you know, and pulled back again, got some support from the 10-day moving average, which is a very good bullish sign. You know, it was cooling off, but it never fell below those moving averages, and it has moved up now. What we are looking at right now are lower highs and higher lows. Lower highs and higher lows. You can see that. Higher lows and lower highs. Okay, see, these are higher lows. See them? All higher lows, and then the highs, indeed, they are still lower than what it was before, but the stock has just continued to, you know, beginning to set a pattern that feeds on itself, you know. So it's indeed a stock to watch. Has left the penny stock status, but pretty much still around that sort of status. If you just join us, thank you very much. If you have any stock you want us to have a look at, just put it in the description box. We'll have a look at it. Okay, so DATS. Okay, that chart is down 0.42. This is the daily model. Let's look at the 1 minute model and see what's going on there. Okay, not too much is going on there. It's just down 0.42%. PED. PEDEVCO Corp is down 1.1%. Okay, let's look at the 1 minute model. Okay, so far in this pre-market session, the stock has been moving sideways. Nothing much is going on there, but it is also overbought right now. The stock is definitely overbought at the moment. Maybe that is amongst other things why some market participants are just gradually taking up some money from the stock. So let's see what's going on with PROG, Progenity. Progenity is up 0.48 right now. It has also been moving sideways as well, but currently trading above all of its moving averages at the moment. Let's see. Let's catch up with CEI. Kamba Energy is losing more now, down 7.09%, and the stock has left just right above the oversold territory at the moment. Okay, as we indicated earlier on, the stock was in the oversold territory, but right now, okay, it's back into it right now. Let's see, SPCE, Virgin Galactic down 16.38, but it's trying to improve. The stock is in the oversold territory. and the stock, okay, it's getting some support from its 200-day moving average, so it's down 16.29%. A good opportunity for market participants to pick up a few positions, I think. Yes. Thanks for that question. Yeah, provided I mean, depends on what we're looking at. Of course, not every. I mean, not all of them. I wouldn't buy any of them just because they are downtrading as such. I mean, because sometimes if you some might be downtrending and they are now below all of their moving averages. Yeah, I think if I'm going to buy such stocks, then I have to have a mindset that I'm going to be in it probably for some time, for a good length of time. We bought TATT, a stock we just looked at earlier on. It fell below all of its moving averages. Not a very good sign on heavy volume. Not sometimes some of them spike back up, but not all the time. So we got involved in that. And at that time, I think all the oscillators were ringing danger. So, but right now it's more improving. I think fundamentally there isn't anything wrong with the stock. Fundamentally the company has been there for a long time, since the 1970s. So it all depends on what's going on. So some other pullback or downtrend could, or pullback, for instance, because they may mean two different things. So in the case of a pullback, if it's fallen and maybe didn't fall below some of its moving averages or none at all, then that's good. It's definitely an indication that yes, it's just cool enough, but there's still some strength left, and there's a good chance it may continue or resume from where it stopped, which will be an uptrend probably. So if you have any stock in your mind, you're talking about as it concerns a downtrend, just leave it there. Just let us know. We'll have a look at it. Thanks for that question, Ray Hill. So while we at it, we can also have a look at OCGN. Oxygen is up 0.06%. Not very much is going on right now with the stock. And we have about 37 minutes before the market opens. Okay, so let's look at CRXT. Okay, CRXT, Claros Therapeutics, down 3.07%. So this is what's going on live right now in this pre-market session. So the stock is below all of its moving averages, and it's oversold at the moment. And the RSI is down to 17. So yes, the stock is toward, a good confirmation of that is this RSI. Based on what's going on right now live, it's oversold. So let's look at it here on ChartSwab. CRXT. So let's see what the chart is saying here for the stock, and we'll see if we can get volumes as well. Yeah, sorry, we have it's a bit slow, so let's see if we can see it here. Let's see, 1 minute. Okay, you're right. Okay, yes, currently now it's trading below its 50-day moving average. Okay. Okay, so what we are looking at right now is just a retracement that I think just started. It's just a what happened right now. So for on the daily model of the stock, nothing really has gone wrong. Okay, okay, yes, it's good to see what's going on the daily model. Okay, so I think the underlying trend is still, let's see what underlying trend is indicating here. Okay, I think the underlying trend for the stock is a bullish one, and since let's put it at since, okay, no, sorry, I'm looking at the daily model of the last session. Sorry about that. Because the picture was really good for that last trade. I mean, as the last few. Okay, so this is, sorry, this is what I should be looking at right now. Okay, so yes, the stock is downtrending. Okay, so I believe with this, I don't have the volumes right now. Okay, I believe what we have been seeing of late may be some strong volume. So, and it hasn't, it's just how many days of improvement? 1, 2. So far now it's down slightly. I think in the last session it closed down slightly, but it's a positive. It didn't you see what I was saying earlier on. It's okay, it wasn't a correction, it's just a cool off, and it was not anywhere, it didn't fall off completely, you know. So yeah, I think, okay, let's look at the daily model here. Okay, it's this, the MACD has definitely crossed the, sorry, the D line of this oscillator has crossed the slow line, so things are improving for this stock. Okay, and we have some news out there, so I think things are improving, you know. It has also a relatively small float, but indeed the fundamental trend is a bearish one, very bearish, you know. It's also very volatile. It looks like a highly volatile stock. Okay, not so volatile. Okay, so yes, if you, yes, right now as things stand, it's encouraging. It's encouraging, but there's no guarantee that it will not, it will continue to go up. There's no guarantee. So, you know, you either sit on the sidelines and see if it's going to, the whole picture, this sort of picture will improve, or you want to get involved with some amount of money and maybe see how things are going to pan out. So it depends on you, but left to me, I would say if I were the one, I would just buy some, not everything, not a lot of money, just some, because the underlying trend is still very much bearish. It's still, how many sessions that we have seen some improvement, some momentum, some positives, you know. We have seen that these oscillators, they have left the oversold territory. The best time to have bought them is when they were oversold, because when they're oversold, it's binary. If it's oversold, next thing is improvement. If it's binary, if it's oversold, next thing is going to be that it's going to, the reverse will be the case. If it's oversold, there's next thing is, you know, but it's never that certain. They never absolutely the case, because a stock could be on a strong bullish trend, just extending and extending. There's a good chance the escalator may remain in that maybe overbought territory or oversold territory. You can see that it lingered here, you know, and stayed there for some sessions. So, but usually it's whenever it's in this sort of state, it's, you know, but at the same time as well, when it has come out of it, it's, you know, even though it's not the perfect time to get involved, based on what certain market participants or analysts will say, you know, it's still a positive sign. People are getting involved right now, and that's what it simply means. The momentum is improving. You can see that here. It's the momentum for CRXT is improving. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors begin to purchase shares and probably pay higher prices for the stock. So also bear in mind right now it is down 3.07%. You know, so fingers crossed. Do you want to have a look at it? Do you want to wait and see what's going to happen in this session if you're not there already? You know, but if it's, as a matter of fact, if it's actually pulling back right now, it's actually making the stock cheaper for people to get involved, you know. So I think fundamentally, you know, you can't say that it's not improving. You know, people are getting involved right now. So and it's also closed higher than it closed in the last 2 sessions. So, you know, just bear all of these in mind. The fundamentals are still not wonderful. Sorry, the underlying trend is not so wonderful, but right now things are improving. So left to me, I would say, if I were the one, I'll buy some and see how things pan out. If they don't go in the direction I wanted, I take the money out, and go elsewhere. If I really want to buy the stock, maybe then I can just buy it. Maybe not with a lot of money, just leave a small amount of money. If it's going to die, let it die. I mean, shares don't expire. They don't. If they can lose all their value, but they're still there. Okay, naked, right? Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at naked. Okay. Thanks, man. If you give us your thumbs up, let's get going. And AKD. And thank you very much as well for digging out that stock, CRXT. It's down. Okay, naked brands is up 1.72 in this pre-market session, so it's extending nicely as well. Technically, it's good. You can see that it's not. You can see how it's moving up gradually, not with a very steep angle of attack. It is this upward trend. This is just what has been going on of late. And I mean, of late as in right now. This is what transpired, in the last few minutes or last few hours. So it's been extending nicely. The angle of attack is not a very steep one. Very shallow, very low angle of attack. It's just, and amongst other things. If we have to bring physics into this, it's sustainable. The chance of it just bottoming out suddenly is minimal. Because people are not piling in huge sums to get huge outcomes right away. So probably the people who are buying them are just, who they might just be. There's a good chance they are going to be around. They're going to stick around for some time. As against when it's extending sharply. But this is just what is just going on the 1 minute model. Let's look at the daily model and see what's going on there. Okay, the stock has been moving sideways, but let's see whether we can get a better picture from here. Okay, it's saying here that it appears to be in a bearish medium-term trend with a longer-term uptrend. Okay, so it's a bearish within a longer-term uptrend. Okay, another problem with the stock is this huge float of 900 and almost roughly 1 billion shares. That's a snag, so there's a good chance the stock will may remain a penny stock for some time. But even at that, no matter what the volumes are and all that, there's still money to be made. So let's try and get a 1 year picture of the stock. Okay, so yes, it's but even at that as well, you can still see that it's been spiking of late. I know definitely the stock has been popular for some of late. It does spike, but never. Okay, the last time it closed below all of its moving averages. Okay, not long ago. So things are looking up a bit right now. Okay, of late it's pulled back as at the 6th, which was last week, and never fell below all of those moving averages. Just got some support above the 50-day moving average and has started to move up, and since that time things are looking good. So based on how it has performed since the 6th of October, I think things are now cooling down a bit. Things are going on nicely. They're not as volatile as they were before. So and people are getting involved as well. It's a good time to pick up a few positions. It might be a good time, I think. So yeah, okay. Right now as well, the stock is not oversold, but even though it's just above the oversold territory, you can see, yes, right now I think even though things are not as volatile, but the sellers, I think, have the upper hand right now. They have the upper hand right now. So, but at the same time as well, the RSI is still indicating that it still has some strength in store. You can see that the RSI is still at 53.5. It's not reflecting this oversold position we are tending towards. It's this bearishness we are looking at right now, because we can see this readout here is saying it's a bearish within, it's in a bearish medium term trend within a longer term trend. So in the medium term trend, it's a bearish, but at the same time the underlying trend is still some bullishness in it. So it's at the time when sellers are still holding sway, that you just look at things and decide, maybe do I buy now or wait for it to reach the drop into the oversold territory when there's a certainty that it will, a greater certainty that it will extend. But even at that, even if it doesn't extend into this oversold territory, it's been moving downwards. There's a good chance that the next sort of move will be an upward one. So, and right now we're looking at a 1.86% increase. So yeah, even though it's not exactly the most perfect, but you can always see what's going to transpire in this session, and see if you're going to pick up a position. It's a penny stock as well. With a sum of money, you can always afford to maybe ignore that. Wouldn't jeopardize your whole strategy and your next moves and all that stuff. So with some caution, yes. Naked brands, yes. It's not exactly right now, for now, as things stand, the most exciting, but you can always open up a position there. It might get exciting again suddenly, especially as we have this bearishness being confirmed from its 14 period stochastic oscillator. The reverse could always be the case, yeah, and the reverse will be some upside. But at the same time, as well, as I indicated earlier on, since the 7th of October, it has been extending nicely and gradually, not in a very mad fashion. The angle of attack, it seems to be quite okay, and it's that sort of, it tends to feed on itself. What it indicates that, amongst other things, like I indicated earlier on, the market participants, they are putting in their money gradually, and they're not in a haste to take their money out, and that sort of stability is an encouragement, because if people are going to keep their money there, then it's good for any stock. Some of these big blue chip stocks, amongst the reason why they are that's very much stable, is because a huge chunk of their shares are held by investors that are not selling the next day and all that stuff. So it gives you the confidence. So right now, because of this modest move upwards, it has been knocking up, even though it's still regarded as being in a bearish medium term trend. We can also still see that it's been moving up gradually. Okay, Vita Coco IPO. I have, okay, let me have a look and see what's going on there. Okay, well, I can't say much about that one, since it hasn't hit the market yet. So you can get the opinions on Seeking Alpha. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the company said Cougar Dr. Pepper plans to buy $20 million of available stock, while Coco will make up 5.5% of IPO shares available to customers. Popular. Okay, see what I was saying about shares. If this Kruger, sorry, Keurig Dr. Pepper, if they buy $20 million worth of the stock, of available stock, they are not selling it the next day. They are not. They are going to be there for years. That's good. So what's the value of that? Assuming that's 50%, 20% of the whole float. I mean the value of what they want to float. That's good. You know, how wish they let us know what that 20 million will buy if it's going to be 50%. So so yes, it's worth that looking at. You know, there's the filing is here. The disclosure is they're pointing out that it's here. That's the S1 disclosure. Okay, so that's the S1 disclosure here. You can have a look and see. Okay, 13 amounts to be registered is 13.225 million shares. Proposed aggregate value is 277.75 million. So these guys are buying about less than 10% of that. So that's good, better than nothing. At least you're sure that close to 10% of those shares won't be sold anytime soon. You know, that's some positive. Okay, so let's get back and see what's going on elsewhere. Okay, let's look at CEI. What's going on with it? CEI is still down 6.3%. Spce, Virgin Galactic, down still the same thing, 16.33, 16% on some fraction. That's what the loss is. Bbig, down 3.71%. JBI, Janos International, down 7.34%. Sonoma, SNOA, up 23.91%. It was higher than that before. I think we recorded 33% at some point. So the market is opening in about 17 minutes and some fraction from some seconds. So let's look at the Bitcoin mining stocks. Marathon Digital up 4.13%. Let's look at the 1 minute model and see what's going on there. Riot blockchain up 4.4%. HET Hot 8 mining up 4.92%. SOS okay, up 0.94%. So CRXT, one of the stocks we just looked at right now, okay, it has lost some value now, down 1.72%. let's see what's going on, whether we can find some of the stocks in the move right now. Okay, let's look at KOS. Okay, Cosmo Energy Limited is up 3.1%, strongly bullish right now, extending above all of its moving averages, but it's not overbought at the moment. That's good. Let's see whether we can find what's behind this move the stock is making. Yeah, if you just join us, thank you very much. If you have any stock you want us to have a look at, just put it in the description box below, sorry, in the comment box below, and we will look at it. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see whether we can get any. Okay, the stock is extending nicely, highly bullish, very bullish. Fundamentals are very nice for this stock. Cosmo Energy. Okay, we don't have any news as such, no personal, no individual. Okay, there's a news here. Bbig upgrades Cosmo Energy to buy from hold. Okay, that's really good. Any day, anytime, this is definitely a penny stock to buy for sure, without any doubt, without digging into the fundamentals, without doing any due diligence. This is a stock to buy, a stock to own for sure. The fundamental trend is a very good one. It pulled back sometime in, what was that? Sometime in July, and even went further. At this point, things would have been so bad. Even market participants may have been spooked. Let's see. See, it was completely oversold. It wasn't. It didn't even reach the. But it didn't reach the rock. It didn't reach. We didn't reach rock bottom, and then suddenly we saw the spike. Yeah. This is a stock to own for sure, without any doubt. And it's one of the most active stocks right now in this session of the pre-market session of the 15th of October 2021. See what the fundamental, so the readout is saying that it appears to be in a strong bullish trend. 200-day moving average upward sloping on the MACD histogram is above zero and rising. It's outperforming the S&P 500. The momentum for KOS stock is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic escalator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. The placements and investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Okay, yes, it's in the overbought territory. Yes. So there's a chance as well that it may also cool off a bit, but it's never certain. But at some point, that is what is likely to happen. So just bear that in mind. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. So let's look at that unbalanced volume indicator. That's it here. It has a positive slope. So these guys upgraded it. Bbig upgrades Cosmo to buy from hold. Let's see whether we can find any more. Okay, today it's offering 37.5 million shares of common stock at $3.3 per share. I think it's taking advantage of the fact that things are looking good. You can see that things are looking good for the stock, so maybe a good time to raise money. So, but market participants are not bothered, are not faced by that. But this is early days. When the market opens, they may react badly to that share offering, and they already have 408.475 million shares. Maybe they're not they're not concerned that 37 million more may not be that bad for them. Okay, so I think the fact that it has this huge shares, outstanding shares, may be the reason why it has this sort of market price. So huge shares outstanding, or maybe float, and then may dictate the sort of price you may have. And yeah, Cosmo Energy Limited, oil and gas. Okay, so the market is opening in about 9 minutes. Yes, 9 minutes now. So let's quickly have, okay, see it's losing some value already. So let's look at CEI and see where it is. Okay, down at $1.195, the loss of 5.91%. SPCE down. Okay, it's getting some value. It has gained about 1% since last time we saw it. BBIG down 3.83%. JBI, Chanos International down 7.34%. Sonoma Pharmaceuticals, okay, down, sorry, up 22.56. At some point we recorded a gain of about 33%, so you can see clearly, yes, it has lost some value because the stock is declining right now, even though it's trying to move up again, getting some resistance from the 10-day moving average. The ATS down 0.42%. PED, PDF code down 3.3%. Progenity down, sorry, up 2.39%. So the market is opening in about 5 minutes and some fractions, 5 minutes and a few seconds. So we leave this at Progenity and see how things are going to pan out. So the market has opened. Let's see what's going on with CEI. So Canberra Energy has gained some value. You know, it was down about 6%, so it's the loss is only about 3.83%. There's every chance it will close higher. There's every chance. If it does close higher, then that's a very big, very good positive signal. Very positive. Very, you know, if it eventually does that. So what you're looking at right now is Canberra Energy based on the 1 minute live model. So we'll quickly dive in and look at what's going on elsewhere. Let's come here to Charles Schwab and see some of the stocks in the move. So these are some of the most active stocks right now. You can see that Canberra Energy is number one, LMFA second one, COS, Sonoma, Spce, Bbig. So let's look at the ones that are gaining the most value, price increase. Okay, LMFA, Jasper, JSPR, and ABVC, AR, AIRI, and then SNOA, So let's see whether we can get what's going on with CEI. Okay, so this is what's going on. Okay, it's Kamba Energy now up 1.174%. Okay, Kamba Energy 1.57%. It's highly volatile right now. Highly volatile, highly volatile. So this is what's going on in the 1 minute live model, and in the pre-market it fell all the way down to 1.19. So right now it's challenging its volume weighted average price and extending bullishly. Yes, you know, like we indicated earlier on, the fact that it retraced and never fell below that 50-day moving average may have been a positive sign. Right now it's the most active stock right there in the market. Even when it was retracing over a certain number of sessions, it was still one of the most active. So right now you can see that it's pulling up again. Where's the stock? Yeah, see where it is now, just right above its okay, it's inching up again above its volume weighted average price. That's another indication. The volume weighted average price is just a few cents below it, so that's an indication that it's not overvalued at the moment based on the volume. Okay, so you can see the RSI, the stock, you know, this is daily model. The stock is right in the oversold territory, indicating that a reversal is on the cards right now for CEI stock. So let's quickly have a look at LMFA. LM4 in America is up 50.52%. Challenging, has broken through its volume weighted average price right now. The next one will be its 200-day moving average, but it's currently overbought at the moment. Currently overbought. The fast line of this 14 period slow stochastic oscillators in the oversold territory, but it's in a trend mode right now. So well, it may retrace at some point. So has since gained about 2% since we just began to look at it. So let's return to the 1 minute model. You can see very strongly bullish. It's extended in the pre-market, so it's now escaping, you know, trading at a premium to all of its moving averages. Right now it's in the oversold territory. You know, just be really careful with this one. Highly attractive. There might be some news out there. There may be a reason why it's extending bullishly. Let's find out if there's any news. LMFA. Let's see, LMFA stock. Okay, we don't have there's some news out here, but we can't exactly say. Okay, it's a crypto mining company, I think. Okay, so yeah, it's one of those crypto mining stocks, and they, you know, I mean, Bitcoin reached 60,000 of late. So amongst other things, that could be what is driving this stock. It's strongly bullish right now. Just be really careful. Know how you're going to play this. It's in overbought territory, and there's every chance it will retrace. There's every chance that is what's going to happen. Let's return to the daily model and see. Yeah, but okay. we can get a very good picture of the stock here, but it was trading below all of its moving averages right now before, and has just broken through all of them. So how I wish we can get quickly have a look at it here. So let's see, it's taking time. It's improving within a longer term upwards trend, although it's presently below its 200-day moving average. That average is rising due to prior gains in LMFA stock. Additionally, the MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above zero. Okay, but it's like in the S&P 500. Okay, see a very tiny float of 5.414 million shares. So yes, the stock is going to be highly volatile there. You can see that, yeah. So just be really careful with this one. There's every chance it's going to retrace. Okay, so LMFA stock, LM Funding America Inc. up 53.63%. So let's quickly have a look at JSPR. Jasper Therapeutics up 13.77%. Okay, so the stock, yes, you know, yes, it's improving of late, so just be really careful with this one as well. There's every chance okay, it's in the overbought territory right now, but it's you know, extending further into that territory. So let's look at the 1 minute model as well. Okay, the stock okay, it has actually on the 1 minute model right now. When you're watching this, it may be different. It has cooled off a bit, so even though it has gained 29%, it was actually higher than that. So it's now in between its 10 and 20-day moving averages. It's collapsing right now. Momentum is it's oversold at the moment, so the stock is getting a reprieve. There's a good chance it may run up again. That's what's going on right now. There's a good chance it's oversold at the moment, so things are improving. It's mixing things up, you know, cooled off a bit right now. But on the daily model, it looks like it's on the daily model, it's definitely overbought at the moment. So you have to balance things out and see what you're going to do about this one. I think there's a news out there, but we don't exactly know what it is. Okay, let's look at ABVC. ABVC Biopharma up 22.75%. This is the daily model. The stock has been trading, it's been bearish for some time now, but of late it started to improve. Okay, on the daily model, it's also getting overbought, and the RSI is indicating the stock there's enough strength on the stock. So let's look at the 1 minute model. Okay, yes, on the 1 minute model, things are cooling off a bit as well. It's cooling down a bit. It's now below, trading at a discount to its 10-day moving average, and trying to get some support from the 20-day moving average. Let's see whether we can find ABVC here on Charles Schwab. ABVC. Okay, is there any problem with the mic? Let me know. Okay, ABVC. Let's get a chart here. It's we tend to get a better picture of the stock from the website. Okay, yeah, so the stock, you know, pulled back all below all of its moving averages. It wasn't so wonderful, you know. Whenever a stock, you know, pulls back below all of its moving averages, there's a good chance that he may continue to do that, but in this case he found a support which is not a regular support, even though yeah, it could be yes, it could be a support. Okay, its lowest support was $2.04, but it never fell below that, which could also be encouraging as well. So we have seen it now begin to extend from the, was that 11th? I believe 11th. Yes, that's when it started to extend. So yes, it's encouraging, and the signs are there. It's exhibiting bullish signs because I believe volumes are increasing. You can see that. Yeah, but just be really careful. Okay, let's see whether there's any news. Okay, it reduces ownership in BioLite. Okay, it wasn't a recent news, but I think amongst other things, it may have been what was behind that push for the stock, a BVC. So okay, yeah, just at the same time as well, things are improving. The momentum is improving. Things are improving. Market participants are paying high prices for the stock, but it has run up so much gain of late. So just be watch out. Just be on the watch out, on the lookout rather. On this live 1 minute model, it's trading below all of its moving averages. Sorry, all of its 10 and 20 day moving averages. It's cooling off a bit, and right now it's oversold, so presenting a good another opportunity. So based on what's going on live, there's a good chance it will also pick up again and move up a bit. So let's quickly have a look at AIRI. Okay, it's up 15.38%. That's Air Industries Group. This is the 1 minute model, 1 minute live model. It's now has cooled off as well, trading below all of those 10 and 20 day moving averages. It's currently oversold based on what the 14 period slow stochastic oscillator is indicating. But the RSI is still indicating that it still has some strength, at based on what the figure is, 55.11. So let's see if we can see what the chart is saying here on the Charles Schwab. AIRI. So while we wait for that, we just keep on observing what's going on here with the stock, and also we can quickly have a look on the daily model and see what's here. Okay, now on this daily model, it has now broken through the resistance from the 10-day to 50-day moving average, and still trading at a discount to its volume weighted average price. So when other market participants are looking at this, they can still see that maybe it still has some room to go. It's not on the daily model, it's not overbought. Okay, so but on the daily, yes, on the RSI as well, it's not overbought, so that's also good, not overbought. Neither is it oversold. So yes, it's quite encouraging. It's also a penny stock as well. So let's see what's going on here. 32.078 million. Okay, so yeah, okay, well, yes, things are improving with the stock. Okay, but it was just of late that it ran up this huge gain, and that took it clearly above its 20 and 50-day moving average. So is there any news out there? Okay, Air Industries gets a new $5.2 million deal for CH-35KH heavy lifting helicopter. So that's the news. Okay, Air Industries said Thursday its Sterling Engineering subsidiary has secured a new long-term agreement to deliver chaff pods for the new CH-53K heavy lift helicopter with 3 times the lift capacity of its predecessor. Based on existing orders for the aircraft, the deal should have a minimum value in excess of $5.2 million, the company said. So there's some fundamental news behind this rally, and yeah, see what you make of AIRI stock is improving. Yeah, it's improving on the 1 minute model. Before we look at the next one, it has cooled off. It's cooled off right now, and the RSI is still indicating that there is some strength, but the momentum based on the 14 period slope stochastic oscillator is indicating that the stock is oversold. The contrary to that is what is likely to happen. There's every chance it will pull up again, but how far up it will go, we don't exactly know. It's spiked in the pre-market, so usually it never really continues. It never always continues to be the case. In the main session, there's every chance it will pull back. So let's look at Sonoma. Sonoma, we have looked at it earlier on. Okay, Sonoma is up 16.12. It was higher than that earlier on, I think. So now, okay, right now it's cooling off a bit, but hasn't retraced below any of its moving averages. This is based on 1 minute model, and we have that the RSI is indicating it's not oversold, not overbought either. There's still, even though it's just cooling off a bit, its momentum is the strength. There's still some strength. The bullish trend is still in effect based on this 1 minute model, and the momentum is also indicating it's not oversold or not overbought. So it's just right before our face now. It's extending. Volumes are coming in. Sonoma moving up. So we have covered it earlier on in this live session. Let's see whether we can pick it up here. There's some news out there. I think one of its disinfectants was approved by the Australian government. Yes, is it? Okay, it says nano-signed disinfectant gets Australian extended claims approval. Yes, so that's the fundamental news that is behind this rally. So yes, you can see a very tiny float. You can see that 2.092 million shares. So the stock is expected to be volatile, relatively volatile, 10-day volatility of 106.52%. Okay, on this daily model, it's just exiting the oversold territory and extending. You can see that the stock, it's been extending for some time now. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions it's been extending. But the underlying trend is still a bearish one. Okay, so I think the news is that this MicroSafe said Friday that the Australian Therapeutics Good Administration, or TGA, extended claims for the nano-sign disinfectant and sanitizer. So nano-sign is made by Sonoma. Okay, so Sonoma said it uses its microsign technology to manufacture the disinfectant from MicroSafe. Nanosign originally received TGA approval in 2020 for use against the 2019 coronavirus and has 15-second kill time against common viruses including SARS-CoV-2, norovirus, and influenza. Sonoma said it has a 30-second kill time against Staphylococcus, E. coli, and Pseudomonas aeruginosa, fungi, and mold. Okay, so those are some very positive fundamental news for Sonoma, and it's on the move up. So let's see what's going on. It's up 15.07% now, and it's getting some support from the 10-day moving average, 10 and 20-day moving average, based on what's going on the 1 minute live model. So it's holding up there. Its momentum is holding up there. So yeah, it's a stock to watch. So before we sign up, let's look at CEI and see where it's going. So CEI is up 12.42%, so that's really good. We just made that good. We got that call right, you know. So the fact that it never pulled, it closed just on its 50-day moving average on the 14th of yesterday, the 14th of October. It never fell below that. So market participants may have just thought, just as we did, that is a good sign, and you can see now it's up 11.42%. So see what you make of CEI and indeed all these other stocks we covered in this session, and thank you very much for joining.